This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Tonight, a 9-year-old girl is reeling from the loss of her family in North St. Louis County. Not only did she witness her mother getting murdered, her 2 siblings were killed too. Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The deadly murder-suicide happened in St. Anne earlier this week. Right now, loved ones are raising money to support the little girl. Our Justina Coronel spoke to a family member today. Justina.
And Mike and Ann, so I spoke to the mom's aunt who says they're surprised to learn about the suspect's past. Now, it was mom's boyfriend, and he has a long history of offenses, including domestic assault with a deadly weapon and violating an order of protection. We're told he had a revoked license and he was drinking when he wanted to take the car, but his girlfriend stopped him. Police say that's when he shot her in the face. A condemned sign is taped in front of this door on Jane Avenue. A family home is now a crime scene. 30-year-old Seychelle Schomburg and her 3 children lived here, and so did her boyfriend, 34-year-old Coleman McIlvaine.
I know that she had asked him to leave several weeks ago. He was gone for about 3 days, and I believe he had committed to cleaning himself up and getting help, and so she allowed him to come back.
And this week, a fight turned fatal. Mom's daughter, 9-year-old Curry, was in the back when it happened.
She was standing on the back porch. She witnessed her mom and the boyfriend fighting over the car. The 9-year-old then witnessed the boyfriend pull out a firearm and shoot her mom in the face. She immediately fled, and while she fled, he turned around and fired approximately 7 shots to kill her. He landed one which went into her left hand.
St. Anne Chief of Police said McIlvaine went inside the home, shot 14-year-old Kieran and 5-year-old Ushara, and then shot himself. All 3 died. Now mom's aunts and loved ones are gutted by the grief.
What's really heartbreaking is that there was a history. I don't think everyone knew the history. Because of the goodness in her and her desire to see the best in him, that she paid with her life. That's really the heartbreak to me.
Their arms are wrapping around Curry, who survived.
She's lost literally everyone and everything. And so we have to rebuild a whole life for her.
While taking Curry under their wings, they also want to honor their angels.
Really celebrate the lives of the 3 who were lost. They were beautiful humans. They were really beautiful humans, all of them.
And I spoke to created a GoFundMe for Curry to raise funds for funeral costs as well to help her out. Now, Curry was released from the hospital and she's currently in Joplin with Grandma. If you're wanting to help the family, you can head to our website, KSTK.com, and go to the section as seen on TV.
Tonight, we're learning more about the unique partnership between federal prosecutors and the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office. This is the first time this type of move has been made in St. Louis. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski is live outside of the federal courthouse, where Laura sat down with the U.S. Attorney one-on-one about how this is all going to work. Laura.
And this is all happening because of a backlog of cases left behind by the previous Circuit Attorney's administration. Now, the U.S. Attorney says these federal prosecutors that are helping out are going to be handling federal and circuit court cases, and is confident they can comfortably do that because of several reasons.
As of last month, the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office had 215 pending homicide cases.
How important is it to get these cases moving for both sides of the case?
Extremely important. Just as it is here in federal court, these cases cannot sit. You have people who have been charged, but they are presumed innocent and they are sitting in jail, so they need to have a trial.
U.S. Attorney Saylor Fleming says that's one reason her office extended the offer to help St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore as well as his predecessor. Now 8 assistant U.S. attorneys will be taking on at least 20 homicide cases to start on top of federal cases.
One of the things that many people don't realize is that violent crime, prosecuting violent crime is one of our, if not our very top priority here in this office, the United States Attorney's Office.
Do you think that there are some maybe challenges for the attorneys taking on this effort because maybe some of these cases are old?
Of course, some of these cases have been sitting for a long period of time, and one of the things internally that we are doing, and I suspect that they are doing at the Circuit Attorney's Office as well, is sort of starting from the beginning, making sure that all the discovery has been turned over, that we have everything that we need, and the defense also has everything to which they are entitled.
Fleming says this collaboration is possible because their office doesn't have a backlog of cases, largely because they were able to work through the pandemic and wants to reassure the public this will benefit everyone in the long run, making a dent in violent crime.
We are an office of over 70 prosecutors. Those prosecutors have hundreds of years of experience, and they always, without fail, rise to the challenges presented to them.
U.S. Attorney Fleming says this collaboration between all arms of the justice system seems to be improving in the city overall, which is good news. And they may even send more U.S. attorneys over to the Circuit Attorney's office if they're needed. Reporting live from downtown St. Louis, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Right now, we have a new look behind the scenes at how Mayor Tashara Jones worked to influence the appointment of the city's next circuit attorney.
5 on your side obtained hundreds of Mayor Jones's personal text messages with close aides and colleagues as she discussed ways to block State Senator Steve Roberts from winning the governor's appointment.
Our political editor Mark Maxwell broke this story on KSTK.com last night. He's live outside City Hall with the details. Mark.
Ann and Mike, it's not exactly breaking news that Mayor Tashara Jones doesn't like Steve Roberts. Their feud is well established for a litany of reasons, but these text messages do pull back the curtain and give us an unvarnished look at just how the mayor and her inner circle worked to make sure Roberts did not get the top prosecutor job when it came open. In the days after Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner resigned,
we've met with the mayor.
Governor Mike Parson's office was a frenzy of activity as ambitious job seekers applied to replace her. In a May 10th appearance on KMOX radio, Mayor Tashara Jones said some of those candidates came to her seeking her help.
How often is your phone dinging with people who say, it should be her, it should be him?
Oh, yeah, my phone's blowing up. And please don't sunshine my phone.
In text messages to her staff, the mayor asked, "Why are people blowing me up with replacement suggestions? The ink is barely dry on Kim Gardner's letter." Then, the worst part is this rumor that SR, or Steve Roberts, is going to be appointed as replacement. Roberts was fired from the circuit attorney's office in 2015. The mayor's advisor, Richard Callow, said the former circuit attorney Jennifer Joyce called him, quote, "She will do anything necessary to stop Steve Roberts. There is a personnel file." And, quote, "She is calling through her Rolodex of Republican prosecutors right now and is having them ask the governor to take her call with one message, no Steve." The mayor replying, "Bet." Later, the mayor told her campaign manager and chief of staff the Missouri Legislative Black Caucus is about to send a letter to the governor asking him to appoint a, quote, F-boy to circuit attorney. Her campaign manager asking, "Have you talked to Senator Carla May? Can we squash this?" Senator May tells 5 on your side that conversation never happened and defended Roberts as a professional. The Ethical Society of Police called Roberts, quote, "an ideal candidate for the job" in a letter to the governor, with unwavering support from the Missouri Legislative Black Caucus. In other text to her dad and advisor Richard Callow, Mayor Jones says, "The governor ain't picking Roberts, and we mobilize to make sure he gets dragged." And Steve Roberts responded to the disclosure of these text messages in a statement saying, quote, "Clearly these messages are the embodiment of what is wrong with city politics. These vulgar text messages, these texts back and forth, are just the tip of the iceberg. A new batch of texts are just out. The mayor's office released them. Reporters across the city digging through them to find a lot more. We have more information up on KSTK.com right now. Live downtown, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
More than 1,500 people are still without power in the St. Louis area from Saturday's storms. Most of the outages are in University City and North St. Louis County. Ameren crews are rebuilding power poles, repairing substations, and installing new lines. Help has been brought in from surrounding states. Nearly all of the power has been restored in southern Illinois. The number of outages there is down to 108.